there was a tribe in the jungle that had a contagious disease that was killing the tribe. There was a doctor, a very, very renowned doctor, and he flew supplies into that jungle area. He took in all the antibiotics he needed. He took in all his medical equipment. He left and flew in himself. And this was a doctor that didn't need anything financially. He was well off. There was no gain in it for him other than to help people. So he went there with a fervor to rescue this tribe from this epidemic that is wiping the tribe. He went there, and when he offered his help, they said, "We don't need your help. We're going to handle this in our own way. We will get healed by our own means." And death continued to rage. You can imagine how the doctor felt with all that he went through, with all the money he spent, with all the time he took to make sure that he diagnosed properly what the tribe is going through. He did diagnose them. He did bring the proper medications, the proper antibiotics, and then they said, "No, thank you. We can do this." Do you see a parallel there? Do you see a parallel with Jesus Christ when he comes to rescue us, and we have this disease among people, this disease of sin that has devastated humanity and caused us to be in a fallen world, and people are lost and people are headed for eternal destruction, and we say, "No thanks, I can do this. I came from a pretty good family. I'm not really that bad. I don't really need a savior. What are you saving me from again? I don't really have any sin. I don't really have a problem. And you know what? I can fix it myself." Believe it or not, I've had people say almost those exact words. "No thank you, I'm fine. I don't need help. I'm pretty good where I am. I don't need that." But finally, a couple of these young natives stepped forward, young men, and they said, "We'll accept the help." And so the doctor began to give the help, and they were cured. And it brought great joy to his heart. You know why? Because that's why he was there. He came not to gain, he came to help. And his joy was in someone receiving the help that he was offering, someone who had no chance other than his help, that he was able to save their lives. Now, they were strangers. Imagine if they were his children. How would he feel then? Imagine we who are God's children, I'm talking about after we receive Christ, that his greatest pleasure is to help us in our deepest need. He gets joy when he helps us. And a lot of times we think, well, I can understand that when I'm doing well, when things are going okay, I can understand he would be joyous to help me. But how about when you're in your failures, when you failed miserably, when you feel wiped out, when you feel like I'm a believer and I have blown it big time? I can't believe what I have done. I am in sorrow. I am in shame. Jesus finds his greatest joy in lifting you up, coming alongside you, raising you back up. That's when Jesus has joy. He literally becomes one with us, as we'll see,